When I didn't realize how bad Drake and Diddy relationship was until I really focused on 4 p.m. in Calabasas.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know the history behind 0 to 100. And then when I did, I said, damn, that's why they're going. And then not only that, Diddy, I understand why 50 Cent trolls Diddy on Instagram so much because of the situation with his baby mom.
Yep.
And I'm like, bro, I get it. I will be trolling that nigga every day. I will be posting. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
When
but
it's that
I didn't
personal,
get it. But if somebody do that to your baby mom, what you gonna do?
Maybach music.
The big boss, Rick Ross. Right now you rocking with the hottest DJ in the game. Let's go.
What up, what up? It's your boy DJ Bugsy, Do It for Hip Hop Podcast, episode 122. It's good to be back on the mini mic. I got my boy JK in the building.
It's your boy JK, man, Mr. Playwave TV, Mr. On All Bullshit. You already know.
You already know, man. What's up, bro?
Man, I'm glad to be back, man. There's too much stuff going on in rap, man. I feel like every time, something come on another week, Trump done bomb shit, and people, Jim Jones bombing shit. It's just in rap stuff going crazy right now, man. We gotta talk about it, man.
Oh, for sure. But before we get into the topics at hand, I do want to give a rest in peace shout out to LGP Qua.
Definitely.
He was gunned down on May 11th. We didn't get a chance to talk about him, but what he did for hip hop in a small time, he did it, being a voice of the youth, helping the youth, talking about positivity, trying to get people off the streets, trying to get people to change their mindsets and their mentality on what hip hop is today and for the future.
Yeah.
To his mother, to his family, his fans. The only thing that kind of like made me feel away was I didn't really see French Montana show love to LBG Qua. Yeah. And that really kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like, what's your thoughts on what he did for Philly, what he did worldwide? Because it was so many people from the AIs of the world to, the Black Eyed Peas, you know what I mean? Just people that just blew my mind. Like, wow, even Snoop Dogg posted him.
Yeah, he was definitely the voice of the youth, and he brought and it was good because a lot of generations could basically tap into Qua because he can rap. So the older generations, you can rap, they'll love it, and it's a positive message, and it was something for the youth too. So he had the youth and he had the older crowd listening to his message, which was great for Philadelphia. And it's just sad because we have these type of artists that can go against everything. Like, he literally got French to sign him. He did what he was supposed to do. And then it's just the same sad story in Philadelphia where we have great, great talent, but he was different. But then it's just like you succumb to the same things that all Philly rappers go to, either death or in jail. But this time, unfortunately, it was death, and it's just sad.
Yeah, man. It is, man. One thing that I've noticed, and I kind of like feel a way about that as well, is like at the height of his death, everybody was talking about, conflict resolution. What should we do? The idea is to bring the violence in Philadelphia down. Yeah. The idea is to bring Philly artists together. But then as time move on, as we 6 weeks now since he passed, it's quiet. It's crickets.
Yeah.
So it's like, we have to wait for tragedy for us to get proactive in the streets when we need to be proactive when the tragedy is not nearby or knocking on our door. You get what I'm saying?
And that's the problem. It's just like every single time it has to, the message is out there.
Right.
The problem is like you said, it has to take something tragic for it to happen. But the thing about Philly, and this the part that gets me mad sometimes, we say these things, but we don't practice them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So we always want to say, stop the violence. Like, I was watching one artist from Philly, they did a freestyle, but they were saying F the police. I get it, but you're saying that you want the youth got to have something, but there has to be a middle ground.
Right.
So you can't have it where it's chaos, but then you want to say F the people that's trying to protect the community. And I know there's people that feel some type of way about the police, but you can't just say that and then you say F the police, because it's basically, it's an oxymoron at that point. So it's like,
right,
where's the middle ground?
Yeah.
So
one thing I do believe that can help is parents being active and taking accountability.
Fact.
A lot of these parents are not involved in their kids' lives. They're letting their kids be raised by devices. They're letting their kids be raised by apps. instead of having real conversations with their children when their children are feeling away. You can tell if you know your child, you can tell when your child is not having a good day. And you need to have a conversation about why he's not having a good day, because that one conversation can change the paradigm of what the outcome could possibly be.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Definitely. It's I see some of these kids, and it's like you could tell some of them who don't have, and I hate to say this, sometimes male guidance.
Yes.
And that, and I'm not saying it's not single mothers that's out there doing that they supposed to do, but sometimes it has to have that authority figure that say, no, I'm not having you do this. I'm not having you out here in the streets. I will go in your room and find where the gun at. You get what I'm saying? Like, I am going to be that parent that's going to have to put my foot down. Yeah, you're going to have the mothers that can do it too, but sometimes it does take that male guidance, and sometimes it also takes some people being that role model to that young guy or young girl to say, this is the path you want to go to. Yeah, I know social media and everything's going to tell you that, but we need structure, we need guidance, but a lot of kids don't have it, unfortunately.
And being assertive and also putting your foot down to the point where you're going in their rooms on a regular basis and checking their rooms and looking for shit because you pay the rent. You pay the bills. I tell my son all the time, you got any money? You got any rent?
Right.
Then shut your ass up.
Facts.
Because I'm the one taking care of your ass. I'm the one making sure you got a haircut. Okay? You will be woofing, going to school looking crazy, and them picking on your ass if it wasn't for fucking me.
Facts.
Okay? So that's how I was going. That's how I was going. And this generation don't understand. This brings me back to my next topic, which is the Casanat and Wale exchange at the BET Awards. Now,
Bugsy, the king of transitions. I'm just gonna let y'all know. He expected to go there.
This brings me to that because all on social media, including the Breakfast Club, why does Casanat gotta know who Wale is? Well, I'm gonna give you an example of why, and it's been a trend for years.
Tell him,
Do you
bro.
remember the VH1 honors when they did a dedication for Little Kim, and they got rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan? They got Rich Homie Quan to do the Biggie lines.
Yep.
He did not know his fucking lines. And what are we talking about?
Yeah.
This is sad. You are supposed to honor a guy of that caliber, and you can't even remember his rap lines, and you a whole rapper.
Yeah.
So this is why I transition and say that just because you're young, that don't mean you don't know who Wale is. You still should know who he is.
I agree. But I gotta put a little button there, bro.
Okay, let me hear the but.
Here's the problem. See, Casanat is 23 years old, right?
Correct.
So with him being 23, he's a streamer. Now, I would agree with you if he was a rapper. I do feel like the rappers do need to know the generations before them, and there is a bridge of the gap, right?
Right.
But the problem is he's a streamer that was 23 years old. When Wale first came out, was like 05? Around 05? Like,
it might have been 04. It might be.
Might be a little older
I'm
than
not
that.
100% sure, but it was a long time ago.
So my thing is, Wale is in we follow hip hop. So
Right.
of course we in hip hop, we know who he is. We probably bumped his music and all that.
Oh, I definitely bumped his music.
Right.
He's
So
underrated. But go
he
ahead.
definitely is. And the problem with Wale, and I'm not gonna say it's a problem. He's a mainstream artist, but he's not a mainstream artist that's he puts a hit out every year. You know his music every single year. As far as Gen Z goes, right?
Yeah.
Millennials older, yes, but being that he's a streamer and he's 23, and when the time Wale came out, he's like 1 or 2 years old. I just think it's just two different communities, right? Wale definitely he does need to know who he is, and I'm glad he still showed him love. He said what's up to him.
Right.
So I just think there's just the age gap. I don't think he was disrespectful in any way.
Right.
I just think it's just a little bit of an age gap because Wale's not the person who's on every red carpet. He's the social media guy. The streamer world is way different than the rap world sometimes. It's starting to be a little mingled because rappers are getting into streaming, but I just think that the age gap and what two separate worlds that they're in, I can give him a little bit of grace. I know you're not, but I give him just a little bit of grace.
Okay, and I agree to a certain extent. And this is the only thing I say. I don't know Casanat's family dynamic, so I don't know who's the older men in his family.
Right.
So then if he doesn't have that, then my argument is definitely over. But if he has an older brother, if he has an older uncle, I'm sure he was a young kid in the back of the car hearing his uncle or his dad or someone bumping, whether it was Meek featuring Wale, whether it was Wale by itself, whether it was Rick Ross featuring, and if you just had on Hot 97, because he's from New York, Wale's getting played.
I don't know. I mean, he got
played.
hits though. We will say that he got hits. Definitely.
He's getting played.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing what I'm saying, and it's not that because you a young kid. Oh my God, it's Wale. I gotta tune in. It's not like his records are getting played like a Drake.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
His records is definitely not getting played like a Drake. So
right.
But I'm just saying, damn. Maybe it's to the point where he heard it, but it didn't hit him.
Or he didn't know it was Wale.
Don't hit you a certain way.
Right.
So if it's on that type time, then I give him a little grease. But I still feel that these young people, because the first thing they'll tell OG like myself, you need to Google it. You need to Google it.
That's true.
All right, well, nigga, you need to Google Wale.
That's true.
You need to go on Spotify and type in Wale so you can get familiar with Wale.
That's true. And that's the thing about the bridging of the gap. And
Right.
that's why a lot of the young artists, they feel like they can't learn about the business because the older guys ain't telling them which that should happen.
Right.
Or the record labels is saying, well, you don't need to listen to Master P. You don't need to listen to them guys.
You need to listen to the new guys like
Right.
NBA Youngboy and people like that.
That's right.
Travis Scott and people like that.
Whoever lit at the time. So
Right.
I think, like you said, I agree on that part. There has to be a bridging of the gap, and they have to learn the business and know who came before them. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Travis Scott, he caught a lot of flack this last couple weeks where Pusha T was just going on podcasts, reading him his rights, telling him he's not a rapper, he's not this, he's not that. And I think what I took from it, I think that the conversation that he was having with Yeezy, I felt like Travis Scott kind of like butted in and kind of like messed up their relationship. Not messed it up to a point where it can be fixed, but it seems like Yeezy is kind of like banging with Travis and really not banging with Pusha T. That's what I got from it.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Are you saying that he said something?
He said that he's not a rapper. You know, he's not a real rapper. So I'm never going to go at him like I go at a Drake or go at a real rapper because he's not a rapper.
Not the Travis part. I'm saying you said something about Yeezy and his relationship. I didn't get what you meant by that.
Okay, so when he was on a podcast, he said that Yeezy and Pusha T was having a conversation in the studio, and Travis Scott came like in the studio, interrupted their conversation, and was like being rude and being ignorant.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. But I'm not saying that messed up their relationship. I just say sometimes young people don't know how to come when it comes to the OGs.
Okay.
So if me and you having a conversation, young boy like just come, like right now, if say a young guy just came and interrupted our podcast and then talked to our engineer, Steven, we will be upset.
Right.
So that's what he was saying in the podcast about that.
Okay. So it's basically like not knowing the energy, not knowing how to conduct yourself pretty much. So yeah. But and this is the thing. I get Pusha T premise, right? I get it that you played the song without the Drake John on there and you felt some type of way. I get it. That's your man. I get it. But I do say this. Maybe I should ask you. So if you had, you know how they say with Drake, when they come with verses, it take a while.
Right.
So did he play the song? Because if you heard Meltdown, it's two parts of the song. Like it's not, his Drake part is a different beat. And then on the second part, it's just Travis all by himself.
Right.
So my thing is, if he said he played Travis part, maybe he didn't know he was going to put Drake on it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true too.
So he may have played it like, oh, this my shit. Like I just don't see Travis doing some, I don't know him, but I don't think he's doing some sucker shit like that where if he got a rapport with Pharrell, and it is a split song. Like I can understand if it was him and Drake on the same beat, but it's literally two different songs mixed into one. Like he did on what's the other song? The one they got together from Astro World.
Sicko Mode.
Right. Yeah. So I think he played his
Which
part.
is his best song to me since he been rapping. Me personally.
But I think what got him misconstrued was he probably played Travis John, and with Drake, like you said, it'd take long for him to get his shit back.
Right, yeah.
And he probably ain't know Pharrell was going to diss Pharrell and push her on the jaw.
Right, yeah.
So I think that's what kind of messed it up. So,
you know what's crazy, and we talked about this in the DMs. When I didn't realize how bad Drake and Diddy relationship was until I really focused on 4 p.m. in Calabasas.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know the history behind 0 to 100. And then when I did, I said, damn, that's why they're going. And then not only that, Diddy, I understand why 50 Cent trolls Diddy on Instagram so much because of the situation with his baby mom.
Yep.
And I'm like, bro, I get it. I will be trolling that nigga every day. I will be posting. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
When
but
it's that
I didn't
personal,
get it. But if somebody do that to your baby mom, what you gonna do?
Yeah. It's real personal. So
Right.
And you gotta peep. This is 10 plus some years ago. So
Right.
all that shit, animosity just build up. And we behind this, like we behind it. We
the
not
scenes.
scenes with it. So we like, what's going on? Like, why he keep, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now you know why. Sex tapes was passed around.
Yeah.
Baby moms was passed around.
Baby oil was passed around.
So it's like,
Johnson
now you know
Johnson,
why.
Baby oil was passed
Right.
around. You know what I mean? Not the brand next, but the Johnson & Johnson. Because you know all the photos was always Johnson & Johnson. I'm like, nigga, there's other baby oils out there. They're not showing no love to the other brands.
At
They're
all.
like, fuck you, buddy. We're with Johnson & Johnson.
My man got stock in that motherfucker. But
For real.
it's like,
But speaking
yeah.
of Diddy, I do believe that everything that was created about him and all those charges, it's not going to stick. That's number one.
They dropping them, so yeah.
So he might be a free man soon, but the only thing, like you said in the DMs, he's going to have to like fly to another world.
Yeah.
Because his reputation is ruined forever. Like what could he do? Like how can he make money?
He's still, I mean, he can invest in shit silently, but I think he literally needs to take the Russell Simmons route and go to a country where he can go chill out,
Yeah.
no extradition law, and
Right.
just rock out.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, like we were saying in the DMs, the lawsuits, he's still got other lawsuits that
Lawsuits.
he's going to have to clear up.
Civil.
But here's the problem.
criminal.
He can't, right, and it's the thing. He can't pay him off. He's going to have to fight him because if he pay him off, there's going to be more to come and it might be another indictment. So sucks to be Diddy, but hey, hopefully, I mean,
Take that. All right, let's go to the West Coast, man. I got my top 7 West Coast rappers of all time.
Oh, yeah, I got pulled.
Now, the thing is, man, and I hate some of these lists, and I just hate these platforms, bro. But Complex is crazy.
They
First
have
of
some
all,
stuff.
they're really, really crazy. So I'm gonna start it off. I know you trying to get your list.
Yeah.
So coming at number 7 is the Oakland legend, Too Short. Now, Too Short came out in the 80s. He made us understand what pimping was all about.
Facts.
Fat Daddy, Cat Daddy, you know what I mean? And then when Gilly and the Eagles started doing their thing, he brought that song back up.
Yeah.
And it made him more popular, and it made the new generation know who Too Short is.
Definitely.
So now Too Short can do a little shows here and there and pop out and do that song. Shout out to Too Short, man. Shout out to Oakland, man. I love it.
Solid,
Number 6 is Dr. Dre. Now, Dr. Dre is a great producer. I don't really look at him as a great rapper because when I think about Still Dre and the fact that Jay-Z wrote that, which is one of my favorite Dr. Dre songs, it's like, you know what I mean? He's not known for that, and I'm not knocking it. He's known for being a DJ. He's known for being a producer. He started out as a DJ. He went on to being a producer. Sonically, to me, he's the best producer in hip hop of all time. Like I told you, and we're gonna do a top 5 producer all time because you like, bro, you tripping. But we're gonna do that one day, just not today.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dr. Dre, his history in West Coast is on another level.
Definitely.
NWA is probably arguably one of the best groups in the top 5 ever.
Yeah.
West Coast definitely number 1 in my book. I don't know no other group better than them out of the West Coast.
Can't think of any.
You know what I mean? So yeah, number 6 is Dr. Dre. Number 5 is The Game, and I'm so sick of people leaving this guy out. It's like all the stuff that he's doing, you know, all this the headlines that he get about women and all that kind of like supersedes him and covers his greatness as an MC, and I hate it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I hate it. He bodied Joe Buttons. He bodied Young Chris and Neef. He bodied Memphis Bleak. He came at Jigga. Like, he didn't give a fuck. He just was bodying niggas.
Yes,
and he's the only West Coast nigga that kind of like bridged the gap with East Coast like that, because he got songs with Nas, songs with Fabulous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got Drake to come to Compton and niggas wasn't touching him. This was before the Kendrick shit.
Way before.
But they was in Compton in the hood filming a fucking video, fucking Drizzy in the hood. What the hell? Come on, bro. And they're real close. That's why you didn't see the game say shit about none of this
Kendrick
beef shit
stuff,
doing that shit, and they was trying to say, well, damn, what you on Drake's side? That's his bro.
Yeah.
I'm sure, and I think that Drake helped him before financially. But you know what I mean? So when someone does that, nigga, Kendrick is Kendrick. But nigga, Drake, my nigga, he from Toronto, but that's my nigga.
Facts.
You feel me? So then I got, of course, Kendrick, number 4.
Yeah.
Now, come on now. That goes without saying. Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
Bodies
damn
of
album is one of my favorite albums. GNX is dope. Tor is doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
He did his thing against Drake. I'm never going to admit that he beat him. So don't even try that shit. Okay? It's not happening. Not Like Us is a Ether 2.0. Nas did Ether first. That's the original Not Like Us.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? But yeah, he coming number 4. Shout out to my nigga K-Dot. Now number 3 is Ice Cube. Come on now.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I mean, come on, America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Death Certificate. Come on. He's the
NWA
storyteller
albums.
of all storyteller, and he helped write for Dre and Eazy-E. So what the hell is we talking about? That's fucking Ice Cube. Now he doing the same with the Big 3 League, and then he got the one-on-one going on. You seen that shit with Mike? I don't know if you peeped that Michael Beasley and Lance
Stevenson. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope. How they hyped it up and all that. That was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Snoop Dogg, the Double G, long LBC, man. I mean, come on. He just got the Icon Award at the BET Awards. And you know what? It was crazy. I wasn't going to have Snoop at number 2 at first. But then when I seen how they broke down how his career, just his path, and the thing with Martha Stewart, how he's worldwide recognized, you know, the weed, this guy has been doing this shit for so long, bro. And then the shit with the football with the kids, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot to impact.
Yeah.
And number 1, you know, it's Tupac, man. Like, come on, what we talking about? Tupac
without
Shakur,
saying.
man. I don't even got to get into this man's accolades. I don't got to get into nothing. Just know they still talking about him.
Yeah.
You can learn about him at USC at Berkeley.
Yeah.
He has a class, a school that's strictly for him. So, and if you need to know more about Tupac, just go to my Tupac episode. Look it up, Spotify.
Yeah.
Look it up, bro. Your turn, my man.
So mine's ain't really different from yours. Only one person. And see, this is the thing. So I'll just give you mine. I didn't have like a number 1 to number 7 like ranking.
Right.
So I did Pac, obviously.
Right.
Snoop, goes without saying, Doggy Style, all of that. Ice Cube, The Game.
Okay.
Now, the
Number
only
5.
songs that's going different from you, I have Eazy-E.
Oh, I understand. He the Godfather.
Because listen, I have no problem with you saying Dre, but me personally, I don't see Dre as a rapper. I look at him as like, when you have an orchestra, I look at him as the conductor. He can, all right, write this rap for me, but I'm going to have this horn.
Right.
He's more of the producer, in my opinion, than the rapper. Yeah, he had the NWA. He had his own solo albums, but most of his solo albums was mostly
features.
other artists.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'll never
I get
take
it.
that away from him, but for me, even though Eazy-E didn't write either, his impact on the West was crazy.
Yeah,
So I can never take that away. Real
Yeah.
Motherfucking G is one of my favorite diss tracks. But it's just
Real motherfucking G, that's my shit.
Right,
That's my
so-
shit. And not for nothing, Eazy-E was a tough motherfucker to be a short nigga like me. So shout out to the tough short niggas. They don't
Shout out
take
to
shit
short
from
kings
big
out
niggas,
there.
because that nigga was standing toe to toe with Suge Knight.
yeah.
Like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
What we doing?
Yeah. Easy was nothing to play with, but Kendrick, that was my next one. Obviously, we ain't gonna talk about Kendrick. We done killed Kendrick 1,000 times. We bigged him up, and we gave. See, this what, and one thing I want to say in our episode: we don't hate Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar, right.
We fucks with Kendrick.
We fucks
it's
with
just
him.
that we have a different opinion when
Right.
it comes to the Drake and Kendrick John. That don't mean that we hate him, but you know how it is on the internet. If you say something against Kendrick, it's like saying something against the Lord. That's why I call them the Lord Kendrick Christ fans, whatever I call them. K-Dots, K-Bots, whatever. So the last one for me, and I know how you feel about this guy. I have to say this. You said Too Short and I do like Too Short, but I feel like when it comes to entrepreneurship, just his message, and I know he died. He's quick.
Shit, you know
it's
what?
Nipsey.
Oh, you know what? And I'm glad you brought that up because honestly, I definitely didn't mean to leave him out. Now, to me, Nipsey actually is like right where Dre and Too Short is.
Yeah.
And Nipsey's one of my favorite. So I'm actually, I don't know what I was doing last night to leave out Nipsey, because when I'm looking at my list and I don't see Nipsey, I feel away. Because Nipsey, I got him all on my plate. That's my guy.
And it's the thing. I'm not a big Nipsey fan. I like some of his music.
Okay.
And I'm not mad at you not putting him in there because of the longevity of Too Short.
Right.
The longevity of Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
So we can't take that away because we're talking about top seven. And he died.
He had a short run.
Right. So I just had to say because of the impact. And I feel like even though his discography is small, his impact is going to be long lasting to the Gen X's, to our generation, to the people, our generation before that. So I just say off of impact, even though I didn't listen to him personally like that, I had to give it to Nipsey for number 7.
Yeah, for sure. So, I agree with that.
So yeah.
Now let's talk about your boy. Let's change gears. Let's keep it. Let's go to the GNX tour in Detroit. Let's go to the Midwest real quick because your boy DJ Academics ran into Dave Free, which is Kendrick Lamar's manager. So, I want you to, because this was your topic, so I want you to kind of like open it up, and then I'm gonna follow through with you because you know what I'm waiting for. And that's the last topic of the night.
This is the problem. And so what I saw on DJ Academic's live stream, he said he went to the show in Detroit.
Okay.
And he was in, I think he said the box seat or whatever the case may be. And he was approached by, I forget, Kendrick Lamar's manager, the first name, Anthony Saleh. He was approached by him, and then he was approached by Dave Free. So when he said he was approached by Anthony Saleh said something to the effect of, basically he was saying how it was getting personal with him for the Drake. Basically, I think Anthony Saleh address got leaked or something like that, and he felt that DJ Academics had put it out there, which wasn't true. So he was trying to say like how the beef was personally affecting him. Dave Free came over and was kind of basically asking him, is this content or is this personal? And is Drake paying him to put this content to keep egging on the beef. Quote unquote. So
what did Academics say? What did Academics say? It wasn't nothing personal.
He was just saying basically how once K-Dot made it personal, how can you come to me and sit the blogger who's gonna be talking about this as all other blogs, as we've talked about it, everybody else is talking about it, to say to me, he kind of felt disrespected because he said that, how you going to feel that Drake is paying me? I've been doing this for longer before this Kendrick, and Drake, I'm just the number one guy because, they said my name in the raps and stuff like that. Right. So everybody has benefited off this beef, even y'all. So it's like, how can you say that? And your man made it personal. So my thing is this, I hate when somebody has the energy towards somebody else, the bloggers and the people that's gonna be commenting on a beef, but you don't have the exact same problem that you would want to. It's like, all right, I got a problem with your man, but I'm gonna go to DJ Bugsy that's talking about it. Right? Why don't you have the same type of energy for them?
Actually, the beef, because all we're doing is our jobs. This is media.
So that's
just like when Funkmaster Flex sent somebody to beat up Charlemagne when he was on his way to work. Like, what? You wouldn't do that yourself, DJ Funkmaster Flex.
So it's I just don't like when people have their
picks.
Right. And it's just like,
it's just like boxing. I'm only going to fight this guy. I'm a cherry pick. Because that's what they said about certain fighters. Like they said that about Canelo. They said Canelo never fought Benavidez. He cherry picks, which I disagree. And by the way, I do think Canelo was going to beat Bud. Just so we clear.
There's going to be a fight.
Oh yeah, it sure is.
It's going to be crazy.
I'm going out to see that one.
It's going to be in New York?
No, Vegas.
Ooh.
It's going to be in Raiders Stadium. You know, Tom Brady is a.
They having fights there now?
So they having it for this one.
That's fire.
They having it for this
they
one.
expecting that many people? That's crazy.
Yes, it's going to be sold out. It's going to be sold out.
That's fire.
Cause they did a podcast with Shaq, Tom Brady, Canelo, Dana White, and Bud, and they're all involved.
That's fire.
I don't know what Shaq involved, but I know Tom Brady involved because he's part owner of the Raiders. So that's why, Tom Brady is a part owner in the Raiders. So he's involved because of that, and Dana White's involved because he's involved because he like this is money. This is money. So now let me get in. He wasn't getting in before, but he like I got my own money off of UFC, so I'm about to get in this boxing game.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So,
but just last thing. So my thing is this: when it comes to this whole beef thing or whatever, and I don't like them doing that to DJ Academics because he's just going there to enjoy the show.
Right.
So it's like you kind of low key pressing him. And when it comes to that, how can you have that same energy towards towards DJ Academics?
Yeah, like, well, I didn't go.
Well, shit, the K-Bots be in our shit all the goddamn time.
They do. They be in our comments all the time, heavy.
So how do you have that same energy towards him, but your man does a diss song every single night that y'all benefit from financially?
Yeah.
But you won't go to him and say, stop this because my wife is being affected, my kids is being affected, everybody around me is being affected, but you're financially profiting off of this beef.
Yeah.
That is the most dumbest shit I ever heard. It's just like, you can't go to somebody, but you're not going to go to Kendrick and say that because you know why? You're going to be like, I'm still going to perform this shit every night regardless of what's going to happen.
Every tour, every show, every
It's how I make my money.
Even in Toronto. And they was making a big deal about that. And I'm like, bro.
They was.
Like, so what? Like, it's not like us. He in Toronto.
Right.
So fucking, I like
They
y'all
pay to see the
so
tickets to
hype.
see that. So it's like, why?
It's like y'all is too hype. Y'all too hyped about that fucking song. I want to say this, man. I'm so off of this. Now, when we first did the Kendrick and Drake beef and we made a whole episode about it, I was saying Nas and Jay is the best rap beef in the big. But I'm gonna give my after this year done went by, I'm gonna honestly say it's right there with it. It's like a tie. Yeah, it is. It's one of the biggest beefs, one of the biggest things I ever seen. I mean, it's so much storylines that came out of this beef that it's definitely more storylines than Nas and Jay. It
definitely extended,
and it lasted so long. It was like a fucking civil war out this bitch. Like,
definitely,
like the North and the South. Yeah, motherfucker, we just gonna keep killing you, motherfuckers.
Right.
Like, fuck y'all niggas. Like, it just kept lasting and I do think that fans gaslighted some of it though. More Kendrick fans than Drake fans, in my opinion. Of course, they're gonna call me the Drake stain, but that's just the truth, bro.
It is.
I fucking hate that shit, bro.
It is.
I hate when people call me the Drake stain. I hate it. Look, let me tell you a quick story. So my homie, right? Shout out to Super Jones. When it was my birthday, he posted on his story, OVO employee under happy birthday shout out because he know how much I fuck with Drake. So he put under my birthday on his story. OVO getting paid by Drake.
I'm done.
I'm like, this guy, man. Shout out to my nigga Super Jones, man. Crazy as hell. But I do want to get into Philly and why they can't make it. Because we had this conversation before and you showed me a clip of Wallow putting people in check at an event that Core was at.
Yeah.
So I want to get into that because I always kind of like try to take up for Philly artists, but then it's a part of me that say we do it to our own. It's self-inflicted. Because if you're staying in the streets, if you're still trying to be Mr. Brick Man and push bricks, yeah, right. You ain't pushing shit. Right. If you're doing that, but you still want to be on the mic and be a rapper, you can't have it both ways. And I know the rap game and being a rapper doesn't really pay. It doesn't really pay. Not unless you at the top of the echelon. If you're not at the top of the echelon, and by the way, speaking of Drake, today he reached 116 billion streams on Spotify. So shout out to him. And also today is the 10-year anniversary of Meek Mill's the song with the money on top, the check. The money worth dreams worth money.
Oh, the album. The second album, yeah.
The second album. Today is the 10-year anniversary. So shout out to me.
Man,
10 years. Yeah, I just want to say that. Jeez. But it's like you can't have it both ways. It's like you're going to be a rapper, you're going to be a gangster. You're going to be a drug dealer, you're going to be a rapper. And I know that's the streets and where you come from, but you can't do both. You gotta pick a side.
You got to. And
Go ahead.
to add on to that, and this is just me from the artist side, for me being an artist.
Okay.
The problem also is they want in Philly, it's about coming up. Yo, I gotta get with Meek Mill and them team. Maybe I could get with them and I could get on.
Right.
The problem in Philly is we have a try to get on mentality, but we don't have a business mind mentality. That's where I feel like we fall at. And I agree. The streets play in the part with it. Think about it. Every big rapper, what happened? Get locked up or get killed. My thing, like we were saying earlier, but I just feel like there's not a business mindset in Philadelphia. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we don't have labels here. We don't have I know they have workshops and stuff like that tell you about the business. But in our thing, it's about, I got to get on. I got to get on. I'm trying to be lit. I'm trying to be lit. But the problem is they don't have the business mind. And me being an artist, I had to learn, like, I have to be on my business because I have to make this profitable at the end of the day.
Right. Monetize.
Right, after you get past a certain age, and I understand if they're young, they don't understand, but no, I can't even say that because you got Google. So I'm like,
right.
Back in my time, I had to learn the business. I had to go to a manager. I had to get fucked over. You know what I'm saying? To learn certain shit. So I just feel like in Philly, if we had the business mindset, and I'm glad when I showed you that thing about Wallow, that Wallow was trying to tell y'all, look, I bring these people to the thing, and y'all over there talking about some bullshit. Y'all probably talking about where y'all gonna go to after this. I'm giving y'all the game. I got YouTube in here. I'm giving y'all this shit for free. I could charge y'all niggas, but the problem is they'll look at it like, well, you should be knowing that shit. You should be doing that. And I'm glad what he said about, oh, Meek Mill don't do nothing for niggas. He was saying that how niggas mentality is. I got the people here for y'all, and y'all still disrespect them. So you got to understand why niggas be like, I don't want to do shit for Philly.
Right.
So as an artist and knowing that, it's the business side, bro. It's their mindset with the business.
I agree. Like I said, I used to always kind of like take up for artists and say, oh, it's Meek's fault. It's not Philly. It's not this. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, a lot of the times it's self-inflicted.
Definitely.
You know, you got your baby mom calling the labels. You know, your baby mom is mad at you because you ain't come home last night, so because she can't reach on her cell phone, and she calling your business manager. Like,
really
shit like that happens.
Yo,
I'm not putting nobody on blast, but I'm just saying, like, shit like that happens, bro. And it's like, bro, if you don't got your baby mom in check, how the fuck you going to check a check? You can't even check your baby mom. So what makes me think you know how to check those zeros and those decimals?
My face is stuck right now that niggas really did that. That's crazy.
Man. That's real shit. You can't check. This is something for all y'all niggas. You can't check your baby mom. You ain't checking a check, and you ain't checking no zeros or no decimals. That's a real thing, bro. You know?
Protect the brand and the business, man.
Yeah, man. You got to. But, wow. The topic that's been rolling around hip hop for the last 2 weeks, all because of one guy. And he's a legend. He's a Harlem legend.
Capo status.
Capo. Jim Jones. You know what I mean? Shout out to my nigga Jimmy, man. I have nothing. I want to put a disclaimer out, man. I have nothing against Jim Jones. Yeah. I love Cameron. I love Joel Santana. I love the Dipset. And I love my Harlem niggas. Shout out to B Jizzle. I got a lot of Harlem niggas that been on my platform, bro. Yeah. And I love Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like, without Harlem, we wouldn't have Cam, Dip. We wouldn't have Dipset.
The Maces, everything else.
Mace, come on. Yeah. Harlem World? What? Yeah. Classic? That's a cult classic.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But before I get into my bag, because I got a lot to say, because they disrespected Nasir Jones, and you know, I don't play about my man Ganah. I'm going to let you give your little input. I'm going to let you go ahead and throw your 9-double-M, and I'm going to pull out the AK, because, like, bro, we not doing this shit. We not.
My man, he got the Trump bomb. That's what he got. He got the Trump bomb. He got some AK.
I'm gonna do these niggas like them niggas when they drove those planes in the wee hours of the morning, dropped the bombs and went back to the U.S. They made a U-turn. Went back to the U.S. Like, yeah, we done. It's over. It's the fuck over.
Yo. So, mine's just quick. I'm just gonna say this, and you know. Jim Jones has been on a little bit of run, and I'm gonna say this because me personally, I think he's trolling because first it was Pusha, then it was Him and Cam, they beef damn near once every goddamn year. So, and then the next one was Nas when they said that. I just feel like Jim Jones just knows the internet now, and he is using that towards his advantage to just say people names. Because I don't know if you saw this probably a couple months ago. He was doing what's that thing called? On the radar freestyles with it green in the back. He had a challenge where he was like, I pay any rapper like $100,000. All these old rappers, I'm gonna get them out of here for 100 stacks. So I feel like he was already on that bullshit to start saying about these rappers because he was kind of feeling himself. But I think it's also a form of trolling on my end to get his name out there for the raps and stuff like that. But that's just me on the outside looking in. But brother, I'm gonna defer to you, brother. I already know.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna start off with the trolling. So you took a page from Rainbow Boy Sakashi 6ix9ine because he's the king of trolling.
Definitely.
Okay. And I don't know why you want to take a page from a snitch. I don't know why you want to take a page from a guy like that. And you supposed to be representing Harlem, and you supposed to be the quote unquote street man and the muscles. And so first of all, let's be clear. Jim Jones has a dope catalog, and in recent memory, his music has been really, really, really good.
Yeah. Really,
really good.
Yeah.
But you're talking about Nasir Jones, Nasty Nas. Yet we're talking about Illmatic. Like Illmatic is arguably the best hip hop album ever. Yeah. So if we're going catalog for catalog, we can just say Illmatic gets you all the way the fuck out of here, including the Dipset. Yes, I said it. Cameron, Jules Santana, all you niggas is gone with just one album. This nigga did a fucking Lauryn Hill on your ass because Lauryn Hill dropped Mr. HK Lauryn Hill, and they was like, oh yeah, she's the best female rapper that ever did it. She was bodying niggas. She was bodying Wyclef Jean, Ross. Okay, so what the fuck is we talking about? Like, one album did it. Now I want to correct Jay-Z when he said that's a one-hit album every 10-year average. No, nigga. Because some niggas think it was written as better than Illmatic, and that came after.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Street Dreams. What we talking about? This nigga is in videos with gangsters. Real gangsters, niggas from Goodfellas. Like, who did that first? The first nigga that was ever on a song with Aaliyah was Nas. Produced by Timbaland on I Am. Like, he did a lot of shit first, and niggas is not talking about. And this is the one thing I don't like platforms like Fat Joe and Jada, and shout out to my hip hop brothers, but they was not checking Jim Jones. Yeah, they didn't check him. And then I started thinking, well, maybe it's because it's a Rock Nation platform. Maybe that's why they didn't check him.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
And I'm like, and then when they went on Bad Fuel, DJ Clue and SO, they're from Queens, and they didn't check them. You got a Brooklyn nigga to your left, which is Heineken. You got two Queens niggas, and you got a Harlem nigga.
And ain't nobody
all in the same room, and you ain't gonna check for Nasir Jones?
Wow, I didn't watch the SO one, but that's crazy. I want to think at least DJ Clue would say something.
You know what I mean? Clue, nigga, Nas made your mixtapes hot.
Yeah.
He got some of the best freestyles that ever hit your tape.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he didn't charge you, and he could have.
That's wild, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And then when we talk about hits, it's like, bro, you got Ballin'. That was written by Max B, my nigga.
Shout out to
Wave God.
Shout out to the Wave.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wave.
if we being real honest here about influence, don't get me wrong, he got a lot of influence, but Cameron got the most influence.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cameron got the most influence when we talking about fashion.
Hands down.
Okay.
Hands down.
And you're not even the best in Dipset. Cameron is. After that is Jules. You're 3.
Yeah.
You're 3. So how are you even trying to come up to a Nasir Jones? And if we talking about chicks, because you know they say whatever chick you pick, that's how you can tell what a nigga really is. Well, you picked Chrissy. She was the help back in the day. He picked Khalees. Khalees is getting all the bitches that you ever fucked in your life out of here. Now she in Africa bobbing properties, and she lives in Africa. What is Chrissy doing? Like, if we comparing bitches, Nas gets you the fuck out of here with one chick. Just like Illmatic.
I told y'all he's gonna drop the bomb. Didn't I say that? I told y'all he's gonna drop the bomb.
And then he talk about he got at them boys. When did you ever get at Nas, nigga? Call Jungle, call Queensbridge. You never. When did you? Because even if you go back to history, it seemed like they always had a little bit of issue. Because when Nas' mom died, he was all on Hot 97 talking reckless about Nas, and Nas didn't respond because he was going through a tremendous time at that time. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But then he responds with a commercial for his new casino called Resorts NYC in Queens.
Yeah.
He's a partner for a casino, and you on podcast talking about another man. This nigga bringing a casino to his hood.
Heavy play.
He has mass appeal. He just dropped an album with Slick Rick. What other rapper you know from your era that's contributing like a Nas? Let's not forget about who we influenced. J. Cole. I let Nas down.
Yeah.
I let Nas down. He didn't say I let Jay down, and Jay signed him. Come on, what we talking about? Then on top of that, J. Cole said, I put Nas lyrics on my wall. He didn't say pictures. He didn't say double XL. He said the lyrics. He said that Tupac is God and Nas was the Bible. What does that tell you about his lyrics? He said, Nas said on Live at the Barbecue, and this is his first verse in hip hop ever.
Yeah.
I got locked up for snuffing Jesus. Who says that?
Yeah, that was a crazy line.
He snuffed Jesus?
He was a teenager saying that.
That's game over. That's game over.
You dropped the nuke. I just want to add one thing, and I meant to say it before. He obliterated everything just now. I find it ironic too, right? That Jim Jones and 50 have a beef, but he's slowly starting to turn into 50 with the trolling.
Yeah.
So I had to add that in there because I'm just like, it's crazy how they beefing with each other, but he's slowly turning into the person that he doesn't like.
Right.
And him saying that, yeah, we got Nas out of there. Cam not saying that.
No.
Cam is on to a whole different. Him and Nas been probably patched they shit up.
Right.
So for you to keep holding on to that, and that wasn't even your beef to begin with.
No.
So it's just like, that's why I just
and it
added up to
doesn't
the
make
trolling.
any sense because then he tried to say that he's not relevant of today, and I'm like, dude, in 2021 he got a Grammy for King Disease. He sold out Madison Square Garden with a surprise show for the trilogy King's Disease. He got Hit Boy, which is a West Coast producer, and made 6 albums.
Yeah,
Magic 1, 2, and 3, King's Disease 1, 2, and 3. And you talking about this nigga ain't relevant. When Khalees and Nas broke up, that was one of the biggest stories, and not just for hip hop. That shit was on Entertainment Tonight. You know who you gotta be to make it to Entertainment Tonight as a rapper? They don't care about Papoose and Remy Ma because they didn't reach Entertainment Tonight. They didn't reach it. They stayed right in the hood with their breakup. And their breakup was very messy.
very much. Yeah.
So what it like, dude? You're just bored. You don't even have a single to follow up what you're trolling, what you're quote unquote marketing. You don't even have a single to follow up. And I don't want to get into nothing else about True Life and the Rucker. I don't even want to go there because that's a whole nother conversation, something different. I'm going to just keep it Nas and Jim Jones. There's no comparison
At all.
There's no comparison. You know what I mean? But on that note, man, you know where you can check me out, bro. Follow me, DJ Bugsy215 on Instagram.
It's your boy JK Playwave on Instagram, on YouTube. Playwave TV, man. Check me out.
Make sure you follow us, man. Get in tune, man. And also remember, man, have a safe 4th of July.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Stay safe, man, and don't eat too much, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Signing off, man. Keep it hip hop. Peace.
Know that.